could I just say a few words, just a little, about our local community? We do, in our Woodley area, have a very nice shopping centre and a good variety of shops for everyone. And during the recession, sadly, we did lose some of our shops. The shutters came down, we had a lovely gardens, we had garden tubs with lots of flowers in it, and it was a very pleasant place to sit and enjoy, as well as do the shopping. But during the recession, of course, nothing really happened about the flower beds that we had. And we had the facilities out there, we had lampposts up there that usually when they were put onto the precinct were there for a purpose of hanging baskets, but they were never used. So we did have the facilities, and someone came up with the idea, when we lost our flower beds, let's do something, let's make our precinct a little bit more sprightly and pleasant. So we got the idea going, and then we thought, well, who's going to do these things? But we had a nice class of ladies, elderly ladies I might say, that were quite willing, who knew a little about flower arranging, but hanging baskets was a thought, well, you know, we've never had a go at that. They were quite willing, let's learn a new skill, and they were quite happy to do this. So, how do we start? Well, what are we going to do? So, we had an idea. We had 2 local gardeners in our area who were approached, and they were quite willing to come along and show us these new skills. Okay, that was fine, we'll have a go. So these ladies came together and we all got our rubber gloves on, and when the time came, we all had a go. But the problem at the beginning was we didn't have any funding. What are we going to do about funding? So, with a begging bowl, we went round to the shopkeepers and explained what we were going to do to get our precinct back to where it was again. It was so sad without any flowers, and the shutters were down. So they were all quite willing to just give us some donations. And in the area also we had 3 churches. So we really went in with cap in hand again to the 3 churches, who were again quite willing to give us some donations. But then again, we all got together, and our local gardeners came along. They brought the plants, they brought everything that was needed, and we all set to and had a great time, having enjoyed ourselves. Only a handful of ladies, I might add, but we really did have a lovely time. And when we put all the things together, we had 2 evenings where we got together and did the hanging baskets, and they were taken away till the little plants began to grow into more floral, and you know, so I don't know what to say there, I've cut that out, to get a more of a display. So they were put away in greenhouses until they were ready. And then our lady friend, who was one of the keen gardeners, she was very willing to hang them up, because these 2 gardeners really came along with their, they worked on allotments, they had allotments, and they were quite willing to give us the plants to put in the hanging baskets. And there we were. When they were ready, they were duly hung up on the lampposts in the precinct, and there they were in full bloom. But everybody came on the precinct where they were so pleased to see them, and the ladies who did them could see a difference it made onto the precinct. And when they came along, and they used to say, oh, I did that one and I did this one, and we could see the freshness and the bloom, and everything was quite happy. People were quite happy to see them.